I have to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you. First of all,
except for that guy. F you, buddy.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up later. It's really heartwarming to see the love that you all bring through the doors. I think people outside of all of us weirdos think this is some crazy world, and it is. But the love, the family, the gratitude we all have for each other brings me to the gratitude we have for you. You have no idea how much it means to us, to our families, to our worlds, to our careers, to every aspect of our lives that you show up here for us. And we are here to show up for you. We love you guys. We appreciate each and every one of you. We really work our hardest.
Except for that guy right there.
Except for that guy. We really work our hardest all weekend long to try and give you back what you give to us. So I hope you feel that. We really sincerely love you, and thank you. Thank you.
So, if you haven't seen the Screencast do a Q&A before, we ask Joey, our moderator, to ask the first question, and then we go to the audience. Our whole point of view on these Q&As is like, you can ask us anything. It doesn't have to just be about Scream. We like to sort of pivot away from just Scream. So you can ask us anything, and we'll be as candid, as open as we can about being...
Except to this guy.
That guy.
Yeah.
About being open about our journey and who we are as people and what it's like to be an actor and sort of get outside the normal Q&A. Okay? So Joey has the first question. No pressure. Don't screw it up.
Before I do that, I'll let you guys know the microphone is right over here. So if you guys, can we get a spot? Hey, there it is. It's like mean. If you guys have a question, feel free to line up over there at the microphone.
That was like dropping bait into the ocean.
Yeah, really. Like I did that on purpose.
That was hilarious.
Chummy.
Please don't kill the children.
Don't step on each other.
So yes, as you guys are making your way over, we'll chat for just a second. At what point did you guys realize what a phenomenon the original film, The Scream, had become?
I mean, it took a little while, to be honest. You got to remember, this was pre-social media. It was, it was pre-really understanding of what we have now in terms of, other than box office numbers. The only real marker you had was then garbage bags full of handwritten fan mail that would arrive at a manager's office or an agent's office at that time. And that was the only indicator really in those days. I think even then, I don't know that we fully comprehended it, and I really do feel like, thanks to all you guys, it's more powerful and it's bigger than it ever has been. So thank you for that. The fandom behind this movie is crazy for something nearly 30 years old, or something even a year old. So, thank you for sharing it with your kids. Sometimes maybe they're a little young, but we get it. It's different times. But yeah, I think there was I guess Wes sort of called and said to some people, and was like, we have a hit. But it took a little while, the way it was released.
It was counter seasonal as well. It was a holiday release.
Yeah, it was a Christmas movie. We were all like, what? We thought Miramax knew what they were doing. But yeah, it took a little while.
Is that a spring trap back there in the back door? That's how we dress the spring trap, right? Yeah, come up. There's a reserved seat up here for you. Listen.
That's not fair. I want someone from one of my movies in
there. If there was a Thor back there, yes, I probably wouldn't have invited him. But there's a spring trap. And also, it's a kid who made his own cosplay. And so for that,
Keep walking. All the way to the front.
you don't get to ask a question. Are you crazy? People have died in that. Come in, there's a reserve over here. Look at this guy landing a plane. How did you get this? I want that job. That's the greatest job in the world. Hey, what's your name? Come here.
like we were gonna die getting off the stage.
You have to be 6'4".
I'm using the steps over here.
Yes, keep.
Oh, there's a chair. Shit, that might be deadly. All right.
All right, good. All right, so
I want to go out.
Shall we go to the floor? Yeah, let's go to the floor.
How are you?
Step on up to the microphone. Our first question. How about? What is your name and what is your question? Is it on? Yeah. Try again.
Hello?
There you go.
There we go. Hi, my name
might be a good question.
It's not a screen question, I'm sorry. Okay. I wanted to ask you a question about Steve-O and SLC Punk. There you go. How did it affect you personally? Like, oh, sorry. How did it affect you personally, especially dealing with sensitive themes such as overdosing? I've known a few people and had someone in my life who overdosed, so I want to know how that affects you playing that. Sorry.
That's so
Yeah, it's our loaded
well,
question.
I don't know why. It's so stupid.
Wait, I missed the question. What was the question?
He asked me why I even thought I could become an actor. No. He asked me SLC Punk. So I did this movie called Salt Lake City Punk back in. The thing about that movie, these weekends are really long. We catch people in really emotional places at our tables, and Skeet and I will hug the shit out of them, right? And we will try to like make these moments special. Get out.
Wait, in case you cry,
I don't use it now. No. So we hold people's energy. And then I have this deep belief that you can save a kid in less than a minute if you find them in the right way. If you find a little kid struggling with drugs, or a queer kid in Kansas who isn't accepted, you can hold them and try to save them, right? So the best thing about that movie is that I get identified by all the outsiders, and I was an outsider. So I can hug the shit out of all of them and tell them they're okay. That's the best part about that movie. The themes of I lost, the reason you said that is just I lost my best man at my wedding to suicide because he had drugs, problems, right? And so if there's a moment that somebody finds that movie and it helps them in that cathartic scene, which is a brutal scene to watch, to find help or how to deal with somebody they've lost, and that is the power of that movie. And that is like, look, there's great things about doing Scream or 5 Nights, but there are moments as an artist that are that translates into real change in people's lives. That's not every film, that's not every TV show, but every now and then you get these beats, and if you're as an artist, I know I'm talking a long time, I'm sorry, but I'm talking instead of crying. As an artist, if you have the ability to translate that energy to saving somebody's life, that's as good as it gets. So your question, in all the years of doing questions, cracked me in a way that was really lovely, and I appreciate your question. Let me go find a question.
Yeah. Pick a good one, Skeet.
Question? Okay, all right. You just seemed interesting.
Boy, were you wrong, I tell you.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Hi, this is for Matthew though.
All right, that's great. Awesome, really great question. So anyway, I came to you with Scooby-Doo on. What did I expect?
How would it feel to play as a psychopath and Scream to Jackie and Scooby-Doo?
Tell us us about your range, Matt.
They're both pretty weird. Our jobs is to jump effortlessly and fully into different characters, no matter what you're doing. Right, so that, I've been doing it since I was in 8th grade. Skeet's been acting for 90% of his lives. Both of us take our craft very seriously. And so doing that, getting opportunity to do different things, is the joy of our job. Right, and so, yeah. So I don't know. That's my answer. My answer is that the joy of our lives is that we get to do different things all the time.
Good question. Let's go back to our floor, Michael. Hi. What is your name? Yes.
Carrington.
Hi, Carrington. What's your question?
Okay, so my question is, so coming from a future horror film writer/director, aside from money, what about horror movie? What about a horror movie? What about Scream, and most recently Five Nights at Freddy's drew you in? Like, AKA, what do you look for in a movie script that makes you want to stay?
Skeet?
You know, for me, I had a pretty crazy childhood, which I'm sure lots of us have had or are having. And I came from a world where I didn't really get to talk about that to the people in my lives. They weren't open to it. I maybe didn't understand how to address it, to approach it. But I found the power of metaphor. There are things in it that give me chills, that touch me in a way that maybe I didn't even understand about myself, that open up a different understanding of my dilemma, our dilemma as people. And so that can be in a comedy, that can be in a horror film, it can be in a drama, it can be in a TV show, it can be in a movie. And once that machine starts clicking in my head, I find I have to do that piece of material, and I can't stop thinking about it. Sometimes I'm very lucky to get to do it. Sometimes I fight to try and do it and don't get the chance to do it. But once that machinery starts in my head and there's something that I get to reveal about myself, secretly, if you will, that's what locks me in. Yeah.
I do it for the chicks. Coming from a guy who's been with the same woman 4 million years. No, I think high stakes, high emotional stakes is everything. I think if you're running for your life, like that's what people get vested in. Right, so high stakes, great characters, full story. That's my suggestion. Keep writing. This idea that one day I'm gonna be a writer, that's useless. I am a writer. I write horror movies. What do you, I mean, I am is really powerful. Yeah? I have a question over here.
Yeah, let's go back to Steve.
Hi, we know Stu is alive. He has 2 movies. Are we going to see Billy and Stu on screen together again?
We are so glad you asked. Are you ready for the announcement?
Cut his mic, please.
By the way, thank you for signing it.
Yeah, thank you. No.
We have zero. First of all, I love these that Stu's alive. How do you know? We have no idea. We are, the funny thing is this idea of like, oh, there's very little control we have in our journeys. We are, I know it sounds crazy, but we're very blue collar actors. We are out hustling. We are not Brad Pitt. Right? We do not have offers coming to us 9, 10 times a week. So we're out trying to kill what we can eat. And that's the truth, is that we've had ebbs and flows, good times, bad times. We are rich in work, and then we are sometimes very broke and poor in work. And so what Skeet said earlier, these moments, these cons, you have to understand they help people feed their families in those low times. So when we say thank you on behalf of all the people here who may not have the capacity to be grateful in that moment, in that transaction. But it saves people's families and their lives. So again, thank you. Skeet's already said thank you, but yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.
Next question.
My name is Johnny Joe Black, and I'm one half of the tag team wrestlers, the Wranglers. And I want to know from both of you guys, the hardest time during your careers where you were closest to quit and how you overcame it.
Oh, good question. I like your question.
I'm
not gonna cry. It's fine. Skeet, you want to go first? Or?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, right? Let me get up here for a sec. You know, I think it's, how many of you are artists? Actors, singers, writers, musicians, wrestlers? You know, there's two aspects to being an artist. There is the art. Oh, is that? Whoa. Wait, where is that? Hey, Mom!
I don't think it was viral.
You know, there's the craft of what you do, what you go to the gym and practice that nobody sees, right? And then there's the commerce of it, the selling of it, the hoping, all that stuff. And, you know, ours is all artists, it's a weird blend of art and finances. And so I encourage you as artists to find success in the fact that you have found what you love to do. That is massive. That is such a huge success in your life. It will provide more happiness than you could ever imagine in doing what you love to do. When you try and mix it in with it putting food on the table, stuff like that, it gets muddy. So I encourage you to make your own movies, write your own things, do your own things, and not to look at it as a business, but to look at it as an art. There are a lot of people that you would label as successful in our business who can't pay their bills based on the art that they produce. So everybody, to some extent, minus that 0.5% of our world, have to have other jobs to do what they love to do. So don't hold Hollywood as some standard of success if you're an actor or a writer or a filmmaker. It's not. The success, as I said, is you finding what you love to do and never stop doing what you love to do. And so when we have moments of like, oh my God, nobody loves me anymore, nobody likes me, nobody wants to hire me, we go back to the work and we do the work. And a lot of times that work is solitary, so it feels void in some ways, but it still fills us because we love what we do. So when it's not going our way, we work harder. And I see that means something to you, so that's it. That's my spiel.
But you can't do it alone. You're a tag team. You have a partner. Like the two of you, it's community. You can't do it alone. Right? So I have this analogy. It's the dumbest analogy I teach all the time. And my analogy is this: is that as an actor, you're an antelope on the Serengeti. That's my antelope impression.
I was hoping so.
So you're an antelope on the Serengeti, and your job as an artist is to travel across the Serengeti to die with all the old antelopes. That's your job. You're an artist, you gotta go die with all the other artists. Your job is to just keep doing art. Like the job is to live through the transition of life the whole time. You wanna do that shit your whole life? And so you're traveling as an individual antelope, you have no chance, bro. Cheetahs are gonna get you. You have to travel with people. We're pack animals. Fellowship. You need people. So every time you feel lost, go back to community. You can't do it alone. End of story. Don't think you can. No antelope gets there by themselves. To die. Horrible. Horrible. Next question.
How about it?
I'm going out now. You stay there.
Okay, I was just gonna help you down.
You want me to stay? I knew you were coming. I cannot believe I did that. Do we have it on video?
Somebody does. Careful, careful, careful. Careful, Grandpa.
So as Matthew's finding a question, let's go back to our floor mic. What is your name, dear?
Hi, my name's Kaylee.
Hi,
I'm here
Kaylee.
with my best friends, and they're too scared to come talk to you guys.
That's almost an invitation.
Where are they?
Yeah, I can think
They're right here.
I'm gonna make them so uncomfortable.
They're right over here. Yes,
Don't
Callie,
grab my-
Kaylee, Christina. It's confusing. But Scream is our comfort movie. We go to it in times of sadness, happiness, upset, and it's kind of saved us, which is a weird thing because you're killers. But we love that. So we were just curious what your comfort movies were. Like, what do you find yourself coming back to bring you to a good space?
It's not a movie for me, ever. I just don't have, it's like, that's like saying to a cook, what's your favorite? I don't like movies, I don't like films, I don't like, I have lots of notes. I don't know, it's just like, it's just not my jam. So, for me, I play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, me too. One time. For Matt.
Never seen a more beautiful D&D player in your life. Can I plug myself real quick? Is that okay? So, 2 things I want to say. I always forget this, and I'm going to say it because I just remembered because of your question. Thank you. So 2 things. First of all, if you want to support anyone in this business, any artist that you like, the first thing you should do right now is grab your phones and follow them on social media. Why? Not because of what they say, because all people care about in Hollywood or any of these other industries is backstopping their investment. How do they do that? If somebody has 1 million+ followers, it gives them a better chance to justify the money spent. If you want to support anyone,
Hang on, I'm counting my followers right now. Let me see if you guys are.
Do you need me to take my shoes off too?
Did anybody follow me yet?
anyways,
Okay, all right.
follow people. First thing. Second,
Need more, need more.
Second thing, I have, so in the line of where my man is getting lost, like you can't rely on people to give you validation. My validation will never come from this industry again. And I say it again, an industry can't validate you. Nobody can validate you but how you walk in the world. Does that make sense? And so like waiting for Hollywood or social media or somebody to be like, yeah, you're good. Dude, I spent a long time doing that, and that's useless. So I went out and started 2 businesses. I didn't go to college. I had a severe learning disability. I had braces, glasses. I come from obese parents. I was an obese teenager. I was a broken child. And I started 2 businesses. One is Beetle and Grimm's. We make high-end D&D products for the D&D community. And the other is Find Familiar Spirits. We build high-end spirit brands for geek communities.
So that you enjoy D&D that much more.
Yeah.
You're making money.
You're drinking the spirit.
But the reason I say that is that I struggle with so many insecurities, it's ridiculous. And the only way to get through that is to start doing and building and putting in energy to do things you care about. Right, which is the same thing as Skeet was saying. Sorry, I keep talking too much, but I get very excited.
Mine's Shawshank Redemption.
There you go. Who has a question over here? I don't trust you. You have purple hair. Why is it
So much for his earlier speech.
Is there a question? What's your name?
Hi, I'm Ellen.
Where are you from?
I'm from Lee Summit, so 30 minutes from here.
Great. What's your question?
So first of all, I am a writer. I do screenwrite. But I was introduced to both of you through your more recent work. So Skeet, the first time I saw you on screen was Riverdale. The first time I saw you on screen was really Five Nights at Freddy's. I watched Scooby-Doo later actually. So how does it feel to be multi-generationally beloved and have a new audience every time you do something on screen?
Wow.
Good question.
Yeah.
Kansas City for the win, yo.
Yeah, really.
Good.
You definitely found the right career.
That clock can go to hell. We are never leaving.
Where do you see it from there?
Like that right in front of you. He's so cute, but so...
No, but it's only, but you're over, I don't understand. I don't know, that's kind of unaddressable. I think, and I won't speak for Matt, but I just kind of do the work, like I was saying, and I think there's something about, I went to NYU and I trained in a certain way as an actor, and a lot of it is about how to bring subconsciously yourself into the work. And I think there's some connective tissue in there that's kind of indescribable. And maybe that's a linkage. I'm drawing straws, trying to figure it out. But I don't know. You just kind of do the work, and somehow you wind up in projects that that hit the zeitgeist for whatever reason. And Matt's done it obviously many times. I don't think he did it on purpose. He just
No, you
did
can't
what he-
do it on purpose. We have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, the reality is that, if we had come out of college and nothing, acting school, right? We both went to acting school. He went to fancy one, I went to the less fancy one. If we had come out and gone on to not work, we would be both doing something different. He would be in racing, and I would be a teacher. I'd be teaching acting. So, we are, when I say, we don't really, the only control any of us have is to say yes or no. I'm going to say that again. The only control at some point you have in life is to say yes or no. When you say no or yes, then you are giving control or keeping control. So in Hollywood, we are lucky that we have jobs that matter generationally to somebody out there. But we can't do anything about it. I'm happy I have a job. I'm happy you know me now from whatever you know me from. I don't care. Right? I'm just happy that you've seen something. And every now and then you catch that experience from SLC Punk and you're like, oh, what I do matters. And that sometimes, you get lost when you are lost when I'm lost in the world. I'm like, dude, I feel like a fraud. Imposter syndrome's real. Like, anyone else understand feeling on the outside like you suck? That happens all the time. So every now and then you catch a little moment like that. That's rewarding in a really emotional way, apparently. All right,
Let's go back
my name's Quentin. I wanted to ask you guys, what's your favorite horror movie role you guys been in?
Horror movie role I've been in? I mean, definitely Billy Loomis. There's no way around it. I've done a couple other things, but that one, there's no way to top that one for me.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better. Who else?
Thank you, though. Thanks for your question.
You have a Billy Loomis shirt on? Out. Oh my God, look at this, the gang. Go ahead. Daphne, what's your question? Oh, no, you don't have a question. Okay. Do you have anyone? Anyone? Sure. Okay. You can't hear her question, but she said, it's more of a statement, you're way better looking in real life. No, she asked,
I'll give you your $100 later.
Yeah. They asked if I really like sandwiches. I don't. I hate them. I have a blood feud with sandwiches.
What is the puppeteering back there? That's so cool.
It's amazing. Hi. All right. Never make eye contact with somebody with full cosplay. You have a question? What's the question? Is it a good question? We'll find out.
Hi. So I'm a.
What's your name?
My name's Avery.
Good name. Where are you from?
Manhattan, Kansas.
Next question.
So I do a lot of makeup, and specifically gore makeup. So my question is for Scream, what was the experience with all the makeup and everything, and did you do it?
Oh, wow. I mean, for me, the moment that comes to mind is the end for Billy Loomis, this shot to the forehead that took about 3 hours to prepare. It was a layer of, protective piece over my forehead, and then the squib layer. Squib is like a blank. It actually fires a little bit of gunpowder outward away from me, but it makes the hole that, in the moment that appears to be the bullet going through, and then a layer of a blood pack, and then a layer that makes it look like there's nothing there. So the moment that it comes to film that moment, I'm like, shoot, if I move after that thing goes off, or blink, we gotta do 3 more hours of makeup and try it again for another take. So that's my biggest memory of makeup in that movie, and fortunately I only had to do it once because I was very aware of how much it would cost us in the day to mess up in that moment. But the rest of the makeup was sort of just pouring blood on us all the time, so it wasn't as intricate as that. I've done some other things that were intricate makeup pieces and stuff like that, contact lenses and stuff, and I think it's truly a fascinating art, and I encourage you to go as far as you can in it because it is a blast to be any part of it.
I have a little story. When we were doing that last sequence, which was 2 weeks, where'd she go? Hi, Avery. It was 2 weeks long, and we were covered in blood, and you can't, in between takes, change the blood. And so the 3 of us, Nev, Skeet, were sitting there, and we were doing this with our hands. And I went back to shoot Scream 7 last week. And to get into it, I was doing this. I'm not going to tell you if I had blood on my hands or not, but that's what it was. Alright, somebody said that this kid over here, who's an incredible young man, who did great, looking in people's eyes and having a conversation. That's super impressive. What's your name?
Mark,
What's your question?
besides the original, what's your favorite Scream movie?
It's like asking, what's it like to go to your ex-girlfriend's Christmas party? I don't like any of them. 7 is my favorite. Thank you. Do you have a favorite?
No, I'm with you. I mean, obviously I enjoyed the experience of 5 and 6, and I think all those people I met on, from Melissa to Dermot, everybody else are beautiful people and really warm and fun to be around. And Matt and Tyler, who directed both of those, were incredible people, but it would never in any way rate to the experience we had on the first one. So he's right.
Right, Matt, I think we got time for one more. If you want to find one more good one for us. Let's go with the mic. Let's go with the floor mic.
What you got while Matt babysits?
That is one of Skeet's favorite bands.
Yes.
What's your name?
My name is Morgan.
Morgan.
We're doing 2 more questions. I'm not ending on 1 more.
All right, that's fine.
Can't keep us.
Go ahead, Morgan.
Your films obviously have such an impact on everybody in this room, especially me, because Scream inspired me to be an actress myself.
Yeah.
That being said, what is the best thing that you guys have stole from set?
I stole Billy Lewis's boots. And F.P. Jones's jacket. Those were hard to top.
I have a full costume of Shaggy. I'll wear to Make-A-Wish. Lots of people do Make-A-Wish if you'd never hear about it. I have one more question. There she is. Come ask your question. Hi. You were great this weekend. Thank you so much. You're the last question, though. Don't fuck this up. Go. joke, ladies and gentlemen.
What was your favorite role to act out, and what was your favorite part to film of it?
What was the last part?
Your favorite part to film of that role, I think, is what you said.
All right, what, Skeet, what's your answer?
You know, it's hard. I kind of fall in love with each and every one of them, but because we're in Kansas City, I did shoot a movie here in 1999, I believe, for about 7 months. An Ang Lee movie called Ride with the Devil that Tobey Maguire and I made. It's a Civil War movie, and we rode horses every day for 7 months, which was a blast. So that one, it's pretty hard to top. But yeah, I love being back in Kansas City. It's a great, great town.
I agree with Skeet. I mean, I think that every single one of them are like your kids. You love each and every single one of them for a reason. Like, you know, those songs that pop up in your life and you're like, oh, that's a memory. Yeah, these movies are all like little memories for us. For me, Scream is like one of the iconic movies in my life because for us, it was like college experience. I didn't go to college, so for me, it was like a college experience. Because we were all young and we gathered and we went out every weekend and we were together and there were no cell phones, so everyone like hung out. Like in person. So that was great. But I will say that, you know, probably one of the great opportunities for me is Scooby-Doo for lots of reasons. And one of them is because I've got to continue as an iconic character for so long. And being able to sort of make people happy easily with doing like a zoinks is like super rewarding and really grateful for that opportunity. You guys,
Do the zoinks, do the zoinks.
what?
They want you to do zoinks.
Well, fine. Emotional state. I'm like, dude, Kansas City, you guys are amazing, man.